Today is a little bit of a different video, and it's because I'm moving. And I am not posting this for a very long time. The date that I'm filming this is actually March 2023, and I'm not posting this for a number of reasons. Number one, I don't want to jinx it. Number two, I don't want to have any kind of security or safety issues. That's very important, obviously. So I am doing this video because we are building a house. And we are going to be moving out of this house at some point. We have not officially put it on the market yet, but we will be. And we have to get the house ready, which is what we've been doing for the last couple of weeks. This house is not yet listed, but we need to obviously get photographs done of the interior, and we need to get the house ready for that. So we've been preparing for that. And part of that is obviously I have to declutter my handbags. I do not want to be posting our house with the address on it, obviously, with all these handbags photographed in the bedrooms, or in this case, the closet. This is a bedroom converted into a closet. And so I need to cull it down and declutter. And I don't know what I'm going to do with some of these bags. I'm trying to figure it out. What I've decided in the meantime is I'm going to put it in a big trunk and store it that way and until the house is sold and until I move into the new house. The new house is not going to be ready for a long time, so we will be in between homes for a few months. I'm not sure when. It really depends on when this house sells, and I'm not posting this video until this house is signed, sealed, and nearly delivered. So I don't know when I'm posting this, but just know this is filmed way in advance of any kind of move. So by the time this video posts, I will probably be out of this house and in an apartment and staying there with my family for several months before we move into the new house that is being built. So that's going to be a while and a long process, and there's going to be a long period of time where my handbags are going to have to be stored somehow. And I'm not putting it in just regular storage with the rest of our furniture and things. I'm going to keep it with me in the apartment. The camera is currently set on the trunk, but I'm going to show you once I figure out which handbags is going to stay. So our agent recommended that we don't want to have bare shelves on here for the photographs and for the showings, because then it just looks like a shelf of nothing, and I could, I'm not going to put stuffies in there. But I don't want to put my really expensive ones, my really expensive handbags in here. So what she recommended I do is just put some nice handbags on the display, but really just cull it down to the more inexpensive ones, so that when we have people who are viewing the house, no one is tempted to steal anything of high value, and also it'll still look nice because you're still putting in nice handbags. So I'm trying to decide here which handbags I want to keep in the unit here on the shelving unit and which I'm going to store away. So the ones I'm going to store away are definitely going to be the ones that are much more high value, that if they ever got stolen, I would be devastated. And those are the ones that I'm going to pack away nicely. And I'm hoping that it fits in this giant trunk that I've had. We're gonna see how it goes. This is not an ideal situation for handbags, but obviously it's a wonderful situation to be able to move and to build a house. So I'm not complaining at all whatsoever. This is just a process of getting the house ready to be ready for viewings, basically. And we're not doing any open house. It's just all gonna be private viewings. So I'm not worried about a bunch of strangers just coming into the house. It'll all be by appointment with an agent. So I'm going to go through this with you. I'll probably have to flip the camera back and forth a bit periodically, but what I first want to do, I think that makes sense, is I'm going to put the pile of bags that I know are absolutely going to be packed away on this side of the floor. The maybes and the stays will stay on the shelving unit. So that is that. This Gucci bag is not logoed. I'm not sure. We're gonna see how much is left, but this is a maybe. I can tell you right now, all the Chanels are getting packed away. This is my Gucci. I'm gonna pack this away as well. I feel like especially for very obvious logoed items, I definitely want to pack those away because people, whether you're into handbags or not, will know if it's high value. So City Steamer, even though this is not logoed, from Louis Vuitton, I freaking love this. If this ever got stolen or lost or whatever, I would be devastated. My Dior bag, I freaking love this too. And if something ever happened to this, I would be absolutely devastated. This is a Givenchy bag that's obviously branded, but it is denim. I'm inclined to keep this here. Maybe just keep it where it was. So that leaves some of the bottom bags. So let's bring you down. Okay, so these are some of the bags that I have that are much more affordable or high street or just much older. I think this Gucci's going. I love this mulberry. Maybe. Okay, so this is my Longchamp straw tote. I think this will stay because I need some bags to fill these shelves, and I've basically cleared out everything. But this is gonna stay. This is a Lily and Bean bag. Because it's branded, I just don't want to leave it here. This is an amazing Marc Jacobs bag that is so freaking cool. Look how edgy that is. It's just enough detail with the studs and the gold hardware and the zippers. It's just so cool. And that's a Marc Jacobs bag that is such a soft, I think, lambskin. It's so beautiful, so heavily worn. It's a vacation bag I wear for Kate Spade, another Kate Spade, Tory Burch, All Saints, and Furlet. And these are like my travel bags. So these are definitely gonna stay, and I think we're gonna have to figure out how to arrange these. Let's put, now that's a jewelry box, but with nothing special inside. But we're gonna have to play around with this and see how it all comes together and how it all lays. I am feeling a little bit manic because tomorrow is the day the photographer is coming, and I also have to do this I have 45 minutes before I have to do school pickup. So I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible. And I thought it made sense to film it at the same time so that we can go through the process together. Okay, now going back up, I am putting the Tory Burch up here, and maybe I will center that. So that looks better. I'm going to put this Chloe bag right there. Maybe I will put some of my straw bags. Now this is a Lily and Bean bag, and it is a dupe of the Mini Kelly bag. Now, I wouldn't want someone to think that this is a Mini Kelly bag and then take it, but it's not branded as Hermes. I'd still be upset if someone took this. So I think I'm just gonna pack this one away, which sounds crazy because it's a dupe, but that's how good the dupe is. This is the bag that I'm currently using, which is a Longchamp in a size small. Put that here.
Here's the crochet bag and my cocoa bag.
I've done a video on all my straw bags, or the best raffia bags, and so I'll link that up here if you're interested in seeing that. I guess I'll put this on the bottom shelf here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what it all looks like. All right, so this is what the unit looks like now as I rejiggered some of my bags. That looks very lonely. That's kind of how it looks now. I think that looks good. That was done a lot faster than I thought. But now to the stuff that, this is the stuff I need to put away. And all the stuff needs to go in this trunk. But look how rusty that is. Holy heck. This looks like it came from the Titanic. The beauty about this one is that it is cedar lined. I'm gonna pray that these fit in here. And I need to be careful to not squish them, but we'll see. Okay, we're gonna see if these handbags fit into this trunk, but I'm not putting them in dust bags just yet because really I'm just working on fit right now. I'll go back and put them in dust bags to protect them later on. This is purely just to see if they will even all fit and how much fits. I might have to nest some of the bags if that's even possible. Some of these are too small to nest and that's not gonna be possible at all, but we're gonna see what works. This is literally a game of Tetris, and this is not looking good.
Oh my God, this is not looking good.
Okay, the reality is I'll probably use some of these bags on the regular, so I want to, maybe a good idea is take out some of the bags I know I'll be using on the regular so I don't have to keep going in and out. You know what? I'm going to try to put this Chanel in this square into this bag, the 19, but I'm taking the strap out so there's nothing hard in there that will dent it. Yes, it works. I don't know if it's good for the bag. It doesn't seem like it's going to be bad, but I'm sure people are going to be shouting at me through their computers, telling me it's an awful idea. I had time to rethink this. Okay, so this is what it looks like. And this is what I'm left with that I need to figure out. And I'm not really sure what else to do at this point because I can stack some of my smaller bags into this Neverfull and pack bags inside bags. Okay, so this is what we have here now. The only thing I've added was this gold clutch. I'm quite satisfied with this. This I am okay with, but I still need to figure out this, and this situation. The other thing I wanted to mention is that I do hold on to the boxes that some of these bags come in, and not because I'm a hoarder, but more because I appreciate the entire experience and packaging. And I had to pack all of those away as well because, so those were a little bit easier because it's not like I had that many, not all of these bags came in boxes, but I did put boxes inside of boxes so I could nest them, which was easy. So those are all put away. And what I've tried to do is make it very plain and basic looking. And that's what you want for photos anyway. You want it to look very clean and minimalistic. So I'm still working on this room and it's definitely not finished. I have a lot to do today because the pictures are tomorrow. But I'll show you how the boxes that I used to have on the top are now gone. And the next thing I'll have to do is just put away some of my SLGs. And I don't have many SLGs at all, so I'm not too worried about that. These are boxes that are on the top of my closet unit. And they used to have branded boxes that I kept up there for display, but I put some of them away and I collapsed some of them as well because the Louis Vuitton ones are collapsible. So it looks a little bit cleaner, and you'll see I do have a Louis Vuitton box tucked away back there, but that's hard to see and it's empty. At the moment, I just have to tidy up some of these drawers so they don't look so messy, but we're on our way. Okay guys, so this is now end of July and this is my handbag shelf. So we've obviously fast forwarded in time and a lot has changed between end of March and end of July. So our house is sold. We're moving out in about a week. So this is currently how things were packed away. I kept my 2 Chanel minis in this little mini trunk. This is my rectangular mini. This is my square. And it was packed away in this trunk and it was not squished at all, which is nice. This is my Gucci horsebit bag, which I'm going to do a quick review on this because it's going to be really tricky for me to be able to film any videos in a very tight apartment. So I have tons of bubble wrap that I wanted to cushion in between a lot of the handbags, and I didn't want them squished. Everything was basically in their dust bag. What's in here? So this is my Chanel 19 that is upside down so that I could fit it in between some other areas. I did not have time to find the right dust bag for each bag, so it didn't matter, but I did kind of try to pack things in a really cushiony way in between the bags, and I think they are all good. This is my velvet Gucci, lots of airbags in between. This is my Lady Dior, my Trendy CC, some of my SLGs, my favorite Gucci bag, my Alexander McQueen, and of course my Precious Lanvin. And so those are basically the only bags that I was able to fit in here, but it worked and it's totally fine. I'm going to move this trunk obviously to our temporary location for the next few months until we're able to move in to the actual house, but this is kind of how it worked. Okay, so I think I'm gonna have to leave it here because I have still so much to do in terms of playing a little bit more Tetris in here. I know this is not an ideal situation, but it's not permanent. And I'm really looking forward to moving on from this stage. There's just been a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety of getting the house tidy at last minute and making sure that, you know, the house is ready for not only photographs, but future viewings and things like that. So I'm going to be relieved once this is all over and we don't have to literally live and sleep on eggshells to keep this house tidy with an entire family of 2 kids and a dog. So we're not moving anywhere far, cross country or anything like that. We are staying basically in the same city, which I do not wish to disclose, and for safety and privacy reasons. Basically, we're just moving so that we're a little bit closer into the city. Right now we're in the burbs, which is great, but we just wanted to be a little bit closer into the city. So that's what we're doing. And we're not going anywhere far. Once we're moved into the new house, I will be excited to film a video on setting up my new closet, because that will be a new a new custom closet. This closet has served me very well. It's an IKEA PAX closet and I love it, love it, love it. It is such a wonderful organized system. But that will be a new closet and it will be customized. So I'm excited to go through that whole process and film that for you too as well. So stay tuned for that. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I apologize that it's a little bit chaotic. My mood's a little bit chaotic. I do have a lot of anxiety right now. There's just a lot happening and everything is just a little bit nutso. Moving and the whole process of that is very stressful. And I look forward to getting past that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, then please consider binge watching some of my other videos, and I will see you next time.